Hi Pisces, this is Wishko the Ferret. Thanks for hopping into the Ferret Den. We're keeping things warm, we're keeping things cozy. Today we have a reading for you for May 22nd to May 28th. So, as always, drop into your heart space, let the dust spiritually, physically, and emotionally settle around and within you so that you can determine which messages are for you and which messages are for others. Thank you to Archangel Michael for protecting me and for keeping this connection safe. Thank you to the angel guides and to my spirit team for helping connect me with the energy of Pisces, sun, moon, and rising, or whoever feels called to listen to the Pisces collective energy at this time. We'll see what we got going on for you this week. Quite literally, both Cancer and Scorpio came out with 6 cards. I've been pulling 5 for everyone, so y'all a lucky bunch. So, let's see what we got for you here. Let me look at the spread here real quick. Okay, so I'm really tapped in by the time I get to you guys, so I'm just going to roll through it. We have the Hanged Woman here. The Hanged Woman in the traditional tarot is the Hanged Man, and they represent taking on a new perspective. So perhaps you'll have an opportunity to take on never mind. I'm just going to say it how Spirit is coming through. It's like there is an opportunity to take on a different perspective this week, and Spirit is saying you need to take on a different perspective if you want your seeds to, they said seeds hatch. So if you want your seeds to grow, or if you want your eggs to hatch or something, if you want this birth to take place, whatever it is that you're bringing into creation, Spirit is saying that you need to hold a different perspective of it, because the Wheel of Fortune here, and you got fate playing in your hands. There are many things that are within your control, so whatever it is that you put into the situation, you're getting out. But at the same time, this is also a card that is a reminder that not everything is within your control, and that Spirit does have a heavy hand with divine timing. So with the Wheel of Fortune, it's definitely spinning for you, and I'm not saying that there are awful things coming or amazing things coming. I do feel like there are some good, because they're showing me like glitter, which is like they're showing me like all of the glitter stars, which to me is like fulfillment and abundance and just treasures ahead. But you might have to wait for it. Temperance is not patient. It's not present here, but that is the card of patience, and for whatever reason that has been coming out in a lot of different readings. You do have a clever way of going about your mission or whatever it is that you're pursuing this week. There's just a mission here. It doesn't have to be like a grand purpose life mission or whatever, but there's some goal this week or some mission maybe that you're pursuing, and Spirit is saying you're being very clever with that. Okay, but playing your cards right basically is kind of what I'm getting at. And with the Wheel of Fortune, you're almost playing your cards right this week. Okay, you have a 3 of Cups here, and that is a form of celebration. So celebrating with your loved ones, celebrating with family, friends, whoever it is that's close to you, your work party, whoever the case may be. Spirit is saying there are celebrations to be had. There are things to celebrate. So make sure that you are allocating time to really spend time and in these celebrations. It could be like, I don't know, maybe some of you are going to a wedding, or maybe some of you are quite literally just going to like a work office party. But either way, it's just some event where you're connecting with others, and you might not be celebrating a specific event, but you're just having fun and having a good time. But that's at the focal point of your reading for this week. So really engaging with those playful, loving, fun energies is going to, I don't know, just really brighten up your week. You have the Hierophant here. The Hierophant, this could quite literally be a work party. I don't know, because the Hierophant is about structure, and I view work typically in the Hierophant just because of its structure and tradition and its hierarchy. In this deck specifically, he has this little, I don't know why I said he. This pyramid has the third eye right above it, this all-seeing eye. And I feel like you have secrets kind of deep within that you might not be consciously aware of, but it's almost like you are all-seeing. So the Hierophant in the traditional tarot is talking about putting up boundaries, or perhaps there is some type of structure, or they're limiting. Typically people view these structures as very limiting, and they view the Hierophant in a very negative way. But for whatever reason, it's popping up to me in kind of a more positive way of you seeing past the structures. You're kind of seeing these traditions for what they are. You're seeing these limitations for what they are, and you're almost kind of challenging them with your all-seeing eye, because you know they're not going to affect you. You know you're going to transcend them in some way. Either you're going to move out of that situation, or you're going to be going beyond. It's almost like you're getting something different out of it. Like, you have this all-knowing, I don't know, how do I encapsulate this feeling of, seeing all these limitations and having absolutely no fear or no care in the world? Like, I mean, perhaps there are some concerns present, but it's almost like that you're just like minding your own business. You're not really getting involved in things that you don't really want to be a part of. Like, you have a really good all-seeing eye, kind of like an omniscient type of, it's like I don't know if it's just like everything that you've learned up until this point, but you kind of have this all-seeing eye of just being able to fend for yourself in whatever structure or limiting environment this is, and you can thrive in it. You can move beyond. You can go anywhere you want. It's like it's almost like you're staying in your lane because you know that at the end of the tunnel you're going to be so far along than anybody else that is playing into these structures and feeling oppressed by it, where you're almost seeing it as a challenge. It's like, okay, well, either A, I will thrive immensely in this environment, or B, I will move beyond it and move out of this. But it's almost like seeing everybody else struggle and not laughing at them or anything, but quite literally it's like you don't think like these other people, I guess. Like, I don't know. It's almost like you're having this hope or this intuition that you're going to go far and you're going to make it. The Queen of Cups here tells me that you have very calm, stable emotions. The Queen of Cups is highly intuitive, and she's kind of been through the thick of it. She has experienced a lot of sorrow. She has experienced a lot of loss, but she's also experienced a lot of love and joy, and she has a nurturing and warm heart because of these experiences. So she knows what types of things to let go of and what types of things to hold on to, because she only has one cup that she's paying attention to. Quite literally, the vibe that I'm picking up for you guys, Pisces, is staying in your own bubble, staying in your own lane. And by that, you're not really getting involved with energies that are going to hurt you, because you've already been through those situations and you just went, not today, not right now. Because you're shining and you're thriving, and you're not really going to let anybody shut you up. You're not going to let anyone shut you down. So the Queen of Cups, and you're doing so with such an elegance and grace. So I love the Queen of Cups in this deck. You also have the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is very giving in nature. Six of Pentacles talks about your service to others, what you can give, and then what you are also receiving. So not only is this a card of watching your give and take in the traditional tarot, because, in the traditional tarot, he's holding a scale. So you want to make sure that whatever information, for whatever it's coming as information, whatever information that you give, or whatever resources or tools that you give to somebody, make sure that you are receiving something in return. I do feel like some of you do this from a kindness, from a space of generosity within your own heart. Just make sure that you're not being taken advantage of in this process. I know sometimes we do give a little bit because we have such an overwhelming abundance and overflow that we want to give to others. Just make sure they're not acting as leeches and trying to come back for more and actually depleting your cup. Okay? But I do feel like you have a good sense of who needs what from you, and you're kind of offering your services where they are available, just because you are over abundant with your own energy, your own resources, and you have that capacity, that generosity, and that kindness to give to others. So quite literally just living in service to others this week, but without infringing on your own boundaries and on your own energy reserves, because that giving, that generosity actually does, if it's giving in the right kind of way, it does add to your positive experiences. It does fill you up. It's not supposed to leave you feeling icky, okay? So, that being said, let's get into your oracle cards. What do we got for our Pisces friends? Oh, I love this card. 11 could also be a master number for you too, because, or like the 1-1, so you could be seeing ones everywhere, or you just like the number 11. 1-1 is coming out. I love, I love ones in general. It's one of my favorite numbers. My all-time favorite is 2, and then I'll get to 4. Those are my magic numbers, but when I see 11 or 12, that's my business. I'm all up in that. So, you have Secret of Shinobi. So I'm going to open this up and read straight out of the book, because these passages are beautiful, and I'm not quite certain. I'm not too familiar with these decks yet, or with this deck in particular. It says, "Shh, can you keep a secret? It's time to play your cards close to your chest. Soon enough, you'll be ready to stand upon the mountaintop for all to see and hear. For now, let things unfold in the guarded privacy of your inner world. When the time is right to be seen in the light, you'll know what is true and what to do. Until then, be patient, be private, be committed, and wait for the right time to shine. This ninja goddess brings you a message. Sometimes being less visible, less transparent, less seen for a time is helpful. It doesn't mean being dishonest or deceptive, but it does mean keeping your intentions and your truths to yourself until you see the best way to attain your goals. In fact, the best way to attain your goals might be more of the iron fist and velvet glove approach. You might find that gentle persuasion works far better than direct confrontation, which can unintentionally inflame a situation and trigger defensive reactions in others instead of finding a way to bring resolution. If you have been frustrated that you are not breaking through into a more prominent position or not being seen as clearly as you would like, don't worry. That will pass and you will be given your time to stand up and be seen at the right time. For now, at least, you can move more freely without obstruction, jealousy, competition, or sabotage if you keep your private affairs very private indeed. When it is time to show your hand, to reveal your intentions and speak more openly and publicly about what has been gestating, you'll know it. But for now, let things come together away from prying eyes. Just for now, it's time to keep a secret. The affirmation for this card is, my inner knowing tells me when to express myself openly and when to remain silent for the greatest good of all. Y'all, what did I just say about like your bubble and staying in your lane? Quite literally, like this is, oh my gosh, I love that these cards come up and they're like, I said what I said and I meant it. So, with the Hierophant, like I said, that third eye, y'all have that capability. You have that intuition to hone in on that. You have that intuition to say, okay, whatever it is that I'm growing, or like I know where I'm going and I know I'm going to thrive. So right now I'm keeping to myself so that I don't get involved in icky energies. So we're going to hop right into the Spirit Animal Oracle, sorry. And we'll see what else is coming up for you. Okay. Oh, Peacock Spirit, let it shine. So quite literally being your extraordinary self, letting yourself shine. This is a time to sport your true colors and to show them off. So this is so interesting because it's almost like Peacock Spirit kind of runs around with grace. Sometimes this Peacock Spirit is the flamboyant, trying to get in your face, but peacocks don't actually like, they don't come up and start pecking in your face for attention. They naturally draw attention because they are working on something beautiful, because they have those beautiful feathers, and because they're just strutting along doing their own thing. So I feel like even though you're in your own lane and keeping your own secrets and stuff, that cool collected confidence, the way that you're carrying yourself and the way that you are allowing yourself to shine, even if you're not showing your whole hand, that is still enough to draw attention. So you're drawing positive attention. And there's some type of, I don't know why, there's some type of relief coming. I don't know what do you mean by relief? It's like with the energy of awareness comes relief. I'm not sure if that's I'm not sure where I'm picking up that energy from. So take that as you see fit, but I don't know. I'm not getting clarification on that in particular. You have Dolphin Spirit. This and that are true. So dolphins are fun-loving creatures, and they love to play. Another thing that I love about the Dolphin Spirit, not only is their playful nature, but this card talks about how, basically the presence of duality. So here's the thing, Pisces, that you know that it's almost like you have a good, idea of this duality, because in life, you can't have joy without suffering, because we wouldn't be able to appreciate the joy, and we wouldn't be able to experience joy to the max the way that we would had we not had suffering, basically. And you know that in order to bring your spiritual manifestations or even your dreams into reality, you kind of have to navigate the practical life in order to, score big and actually move forward, And the thing here is that, things don't have to be as clear cut and dry as black and white. Sometimes things are in the gray area, and that's okay. So the thing with this and that are true is that, yes, these present things are annoying and frustrating, but also these things are presenting a lot of good. And there is the dichotomy of that you will probably have to live with. And I'm not saying that they're both equal. There could be more joy in something and less of something, like, and less of like the negative or icky feelings. I wouldn't even classify them as positive or negative. It's just one probably feels better to you and the other probably feels not as great. But nothing is perfect, and Dolphin Spirit comes to remind us that. So all elements of this are true. So if you're thinking about a particular scenario or situation and you're thinking, oh, well, like, let's say, okay, I love to use the classic example of, or maybe it's not a classic example, but I love to use the example of perhaps you are in a relationship with someone and you know it's not going to work because there is, I don't know, perhaps they love you, but they also treat you like crap, okay? And both are true. Like, and a lot of people say, like, you know, especially in relationships, they like to turn the other person away and completely and totally destroy them. And sometimes that does feel good for the person who has, you know, been through it and, you know, have suffered by the hands of this person. But usually hurt people. So oftentimes, you know, people might say, oh, but I don't want to leave that person because they love me. But you know, yeah, they could, and then everyone says, oh, well, they wouldn't, if they loved you, they wouldn't treat you like this. But this and that could be true. Like, they could love you, but they also treat you like crap because they can't resolve those inner conflicts or those inner demons that are popping up. They can't really seem to get a handle on them. So you could have that compassion. You could have that understanding. It's just a matter of, with that in mind, not deluding yourself from what actually is. Both of them are true. This and that can be true because life is full of those dichotomies. So which, like, you know, are you choosing to stay or are you choosing to go? Because those two realities are present. Those two things are true. And this is not a love reading. That's just an example. I will probably use that example many more times, but it does invite other things that I want to say that aren't quite relative to the reading. But I would say that if you are seeking, like, I would say that, and this might actually be, this is actually applying to more than just love, but if you are finding yourself in a situation where you are not 100% on board with it, nothing is 100% perfect, but if you have dreams or visions of where you want to go and you're not there yet, and you're settling for something now, you might not have a choice. You might have to work to attain your goals, but if the universe is waiting on a decision of some sort, and if you're sitting there like, okay, do I make this choice? Do I move forward or not? Just know, like, you know, why is it that you feel like, you know, that you need this, like, love to stay in this relationship, for example? Or why do you feel like, you know, if there's a job that you, like, you know is not going to fit you, but you're staying in it anyway because you like the atmosphere, you like the people. So what makes you feel like, how do I want to say this? Complacency, comfort, that's not it. It's almost like, what makes you feel like you can't get that from somewhere else? Get everything you need, the this and the that, from somewhere else, where somebody treats you well, but also loves you. Or a job that you really like, but also pays very well. What makes you think that you can't have both? Because it's that resistance to change. It's that resistance to, or that feeling that, oh, if I take this next step and do the thing, then I care more about, like, the love or the feeling of comfort than I do about, you know, having all of it here. But Spirit is saying, like, you can have all of it here. You can if you want. And it might not look absolutely perfect. But, you know, who's to say that you can't, you know, get something and do something better? You know? So that's just a thought. So really taking the duality, accepting it for what it is, quite literally sitting with yourself, not letting anybody else tell you what the situation is. I already feel like we're very strong. We're very strong this week. We're feeling very strong, Pisces. I say we because I am a moon and rising as well. But there's this feeling here of, like, you know, embracing both of what is, and if you are working towards something better, then awesome, you're already doing what you need to do. But if you are finding that you're not moving forward because of a certain because of, like, you know, this decision that you have to make, you're feeling held back by that, just know that, you know, if both are true, is it good enough for you? And when you say no, well, then why do you stay? And there's just a lot of like journaling that you can do with that in order to open up some doors to move forward. Spirit can actually show you signs if you're struggling with that. Some dragon energy we have working with us today is Dusky Pink Dragon from Andromeda. Prepares all your chakras to embody higher love. Accept and radiate higher love. Touch others with its flame. So, and I love how this dragon is holding a bunch of musical notes too. So quite literally, music can prepare you for this vibration. This doesn't have to be a whole-on ritual, but this does come through with the message of accepting that higher love into your being. I'm hearing like for sound healing music, for whatever reason, I don't typically feel called to those music notes, but for whatever reason, for some of you, listening to different hertz, different chakra meditations could actually be very healing for you, or listening to a guided meditation that goes through all the chakras if you don't feel like you have a lot of time to sit with it, or even so much as sitting in silence and breathing into each chakra point. There are 7 main chakras in the system, in the body that we work with. So, and that's from the root chakra, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and crown chakra. And there are obviously more chakras with the more intricate systems. But I want to say Western, but it could be Eastern. I don't know. Don't quote me. I really got to figure this out. I've read so much on chakras, and I feel like all the information just kind of goes, because I don't take notes. So, but I definitely, as somebody who has studied chakras and is a Reiki healer, it is one of the main energy systems that I tend to work with, and that a lot of other people in this subject tend to work with. So if you pick up a chakra book or something, you'll find that it works with 7 chakras. But essentially, hear me out. I do feel like for a lot of you need to listen to music. Music is going to be very helpful in doing this, but really just accepting that love. That way that love outpours not only to fill up your soul, but to fill up others too. The most important thing here is to heal yourself, though. Heal yourself and fill yourself up with that love, and really experience that higher love. So that you can, not even so that you can give it to someone else, experience it for yourself, and once you're overflowing with that love, giving it to others. That's basically the whole essence of the 6 of Pentacles, is being in such overflow that you're able to be of service to others and to give to them too. Okay, and last but not least, Pisces, we're going to roll the angel dice for you and see what we got going on. Oh, we got 3s. That's so cool, because your Scorpio friends got 332 and you just got 333, and y'all saw me roll. What? That's crazy. Okay, so 3, I do want to say, is the power of Ascended Masters, of them helping you and guiding you and feeding information to you. It's also shifting spiritual vibrations as well. So actually undergoing spiritual shifts at this time. Perhaps it's like I don't feel like it's a full awakening process. It could be an awakening, or it could be like a small mini awakening. I don't know. When you have I had one big awakening in 2021, and I've had like tiny little shifts since then. Like I can feel when my energy or my vibration is kind of shifting and integrating and becoming like older, wiser, like things are integrating. I don't know how to say it, but perhaps some of you who do energy work do feel those shifts too, but there's something big about energy in this pile. I don't know. Maybe some of you are interested in studying energy, and if that's the case, definitely look that stuff up. So 333, you are powerfully aligned with Jesus and other Ascended Masters at this time. You are at a crucial point on your journey where you can go beyond all previous setbacks. So I do want to say that even if you don't align with the Christian ideology, it does not have to be Jesus, because Kyle Gray operates from a Christian framework, but he's not necessarily I don't know if he I don't know. He works a lot with angels, and he does talk about Jesus as like an ascended master. So I feel like less in the Bible context, but he has studied spiritual texts before. I don't want to speak for him, but just saying, I use this book. So even if you do not follow the Christian ideologies, literally make it synonymous with whatever energies you are connecting with. Okay? Because he definitely does make that in his practice too, of connecting, and less in the religious sense, but more like a spiritual sense of connecting with them and honoring their place, their existence, and their energies, the energies that they present to us. Okay, so one more time, because I always read these messages twice. You are powerfully aligned with Jesus and other Ascended Masters at this time. You are at a crucial point on your journey where you can go beyond all previous setbacks. That being said, Pisces, that concludes your reading. Thank you to you, your spirit entities, my spirit entities, and angel guides, and everybody in between, everybody involved for helping me channel this message to you. If you like this video, if you want to see more, if you think I'm cool, go ahead and like the video and subscribe. You'll not only not miss content from me, but it helps spread this message out to other people, and it helps me grow as a content creator. So, comment down below if this resonated with you in any way. Let me know what resonated with you if you so feel inclined. No pressure. I love you, I love you, I love you, Pisces, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.